you speak your side of the story. You don't wait till the day of trial and say, hey, now I'm innocent. You say it at the original traffic stop, but you didn't do that. You just said, got you, and you accepted the tickets.
You already told me to leave. Alright. Y'all been gonna leave. So I'm gonna tell y'all one time. Leave. If y'all do not leave, I'm gonna arrest all y'all for trespassing. Okay. Under threat of arrest. So y'all got us.
Alright, we'll leave.
Yep. Under threat of arrest.
All we needed to know.
Okay. Thank you. It is a constitutional right violation. That's good. Leave. I'm not giving you any more time. Yes, sir. You can. It is public.
It is public property.
It is. Let's go get stepping. I got about 5 more seconds.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I can't walk faster than this. I can't. That's a medical thing. Doesn't matter to you, though, does it? Fuck off, bitch. Get going. This is public. Right to free speech.
Oh, he's calling out. He's calling.
Remember, this is public. No shit.
Is that a threat or something? Just keep recording.
I am. I'm not stopping because I think that they're going to put a tail on this, so don't go home yet. That was what's his name, right?
Matt Davis.
Is the police station open?
You said is the police station?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
What time do they close?
I don't know. We're just gonna go to IG.
Yep. I was gonna say we can file a complaint on Matt Davis.
Yeah, we will.
I just was seeing if we had the time now, but if not, it's about to be 5. I get that, Yeah, because as soon as he said this is public, remember this is public. I said that's when I said that, and then he pulled out his walkie-talkie and started walking the other direction. So yeah, that was a threat. Just park right over here. So like not like over by you, but like in the open right there. Over to the right. That way we can see this road and that road. Like somewhere over here. Yeah. Actually, you can pull up to the grass right there.
Right here.
Yep. We know what Matt Davis used to patrol in. Was an unmarked white Ram.
Matt Davis?
That was Matt Davis.
Yeah, so that's the guy who threatened to arrest me
and then he just threatened to arrest all 4 of us.
Yeah, earlier he also was talking about trying to act like cussing was illegal.
Yeah, he just then that's what it's not. It's right to free speech, motherfucker. Like what are you gonna do? I can say whatever I want.
You're not hurting
matter.
someone, you can express yourself however you want.
Right. Oh. No. For a second, let's march. Oh, I've got to pee so bad. Right? Hey, could you come open my door?
Yeah. Dude.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
I watched him pull out too.
Yep. Cole has Cole has the low burner on.
Low burner?
That burner's been on low this whole time. And I just remembered.
I haven't seen anyone, so.
No. Yeah.
Let's go.
Plus, we now have more than one reason to get. Can you hand me my jacket? Thank you.
Is that one? Huh? Right there. Where? I heard the truck that had the steel on the side of the auto parking lot. It looked like.
Hey, just a future reference, okay. For our sheriff, you put
Excuse
being
me.
placed on
Please back up.
trespass notice from the jail, okay?
Why is that?
Just to let.
Yeah, let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
Come right here.
I'll close my door.
That's fine, yeah. Yes.
Here, let me close mine as well. I just stepped out the van.
One more in the car. I think they're with you too, though. So, per sheriff, unless you have official business right now, I know you're Ethan, and I don't know your name. And if you don't want to give it, whatever.
Yes, sir.
And then your back passenger. Unless you have official business, or if you're under arrest, of course.
We did have official business at the jail. They were ignoring us.
I got you.
Go ahead, sir.
Sheriff,
Sorry.
okay, just gonna be on trespass notice from here on out, okay? For the jail. You understand? I just want to let you know that. All right.
All right.
Okay.
At the moment, not really, but hey, it is what it is. We'll sort out. Huh?
What's your name?
I'm not gonna tell you that. I don't have the ID. That's right.
All right, we're going to be safe.
So. Be on the lobby. Lobby's the only public area, so I can film whatever I want from here. That's just, I haven't read that one in a while.
Yeah,
In the lobby?
beyond the lobby, so that means like
Nobody can go beyond the lobby anyway.
Are you recording?
I'm in public.
Can't record in the...
It says beyond the lobby. I'm in the lobby.
it's okay. You might as well just.
All right, please proceed. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Investigator Delars, where do you work?
I work for the Barnwell County Sheriff's Office.
What is your, well, I guess your title is an investigator. What does that entail?
So I'm an investigator with Barnwell County Sheriff's Office. What that entails of is criminal investigations and any other. We wear a lot of hats in the Sheriff's Office. I'm also a part of the dog team, third team. That consists of bloodhound tracking with the canines. I work narcotic investigations as well, and part of that is doing traffic stops, traffic violations, and stuff like that. So we do a little bit of everything around here.
Do you, were you working February 14th of this year?
Yes, sir, I was.
Well, first, let me ask you this. How long have you worked for the sheriff's office?
About 10.5 years.
So you were working the 14th of this year. On that day, what were you doing?
So we were on patrol, observing traffic coming to the city limits of Barnwell, which this was around at the Rancho here in Barnwell. We were observing traffic when we noticed the white and colored van come out of the Hog Heaven parking lot, which shares the parking lot with a convenience store called Quick Stop. When they came out the parking lot into highway, what's known as Highway 64, they immediately went to the outer lane, into the fast lane, instead of turning into the inner lane. They started heading towards Snelling, and in the median, they made a left-hand turn in that median, like a U-turn, but instead of turning into the inner lane, which is the left lane, they turned into the outer lane, which would be the right lane, where the vehicles coming out of the Walmart parking lot would be turning into if they had the right of way. That became a safety concern for me, so I initiated my blue lights to initiate a traffic stop. The white and colored van pulled into the Exxon gas station using the turn signal. We pulled up to the gas station gas pump. I approached the driver's side of the van. The van was driven by Mr. Thompson. I notified him of the reason for my stops. I notified him about the infractions. I requested his license, registration, of proof of insurance. He had his proof of insurance on a cell phone. He tried to show me the proof of insurance on a cell phone. I requested permission to blow up the image since the print on it was too small. He granted permission for me to blow up on it. And ran his driver's license, everything was clear. I wrote him 2 tickets for improper turn. First ticket was number 8102 P0850772, and the second ticket would end in 73. After we clarified everything with an insurance card, make sure the vehicle had insurance, and I went back to the driver's side of the vehicle. I notified Mr. Thompson of the both infractions he made. Also, I advised him of the fine and date and time of the court, and that was pretty much it.
During your traffic stop, well, let me ask you, anytime you make a traffic stop, is your car equipped with the in-car camera?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so anytime you turn the blue lights on, that camera comes on, correct?
Yes, sir. That's the way it usually goes.
Okay. How many times a day do you think you turn your blue lights on?
It varies. Sometimes none a day, sometimes 10, 15.
Okay.
It all depends on day-by-day basis. Usually we'll go to hot calls, whether it be an emergency call and I have to run blue lights and sirens as provided by our policy. So I cut on my blue lights, so dash camera comes on, and so it depends on the day-by-day basis.
So you respond to anything in the county?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's not necessarily 5 minutes away, it could be 30 minutes away.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, just because something is on your camera, does that mean that you submit it to court?
No, sir.
Okay. So it's on your camera, but it's not always used.
Correct.
Okay, because there's hours of footage that you don't ever use?
Correct.
Okay. Now, for this traffic stop, were you able to recover the footage from your in-car camera?
No, sir.
Why was that?
The reason that was the hard drive capacity in my dash camera was already full. I failed to look at how full the hard drive was already. So the way that it works is the dash cam, it don't tell you how full it is, till it's actually, you have to go physically look for it yourself. Once it becomes full, you have to physically manually delete each individual videos, and that way it can reset and have more capacity of storage. And then, so when it's full and I cut my blue lights on, it doesn't rewrite the recordings. It doesn't over record the previous recording, so it just says it's recording, but it's really not because of the full capacity.
So from that point, when did you find out that your capacity was full?
After the traffic stop.
After traffic stop? When we prepared for court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, at that point, did you go correct your in-car cam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, explain to the jury how that happens as far as downloading.
So as far as the download goes from the hard drive to our dash cam, the dash camera has a hard drive itself, and in the back there's a USB drive. So it depends on the size of the USB as well. As soon as you plug in the USB into the hard drive, it'll automatically start downloading the video that's in the hard drive. And then after we have all the video that I have in the USB drive, I have to manually delete each video in the hard drive in order to create capacity, storage capacity for further recordings.
Now, so unfortunately, we weren't able to recover the in-car cam of that day. Did you have any other camera that day?
I have a body cam.
You had your body cam?
Yes.
Okay. When does your body camera start? Does it start when you flip on the blue lights, or how does that work?
So, I have to manually.
You have to manually click it on.
Yes.
Where does it sit on your chest?
Right about chest level.
Oh, chest level? Okay. All right. Now, when you're in the car, do you do you turn your body camera on when you're in the car? Would that make sense?
Yes. As soon as I see an infraction
Okay.
and I'm gonna make a traffic stop, that's when I cut my body camera on.
Okay. All right. Now, sitting in the car, are you going to be able to see much with your body camera?
No, the way it sits is pretty much facing my steering wheel.
Okay. So you're not able to see over the dashboard?
Correct.
Okay. But once you step out, you see everything you come in contact with?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I am handing you what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 2. I want to know if you can recognize it.
So this would be a USB drive that holds my body cam video in here
Okay.
of the incident, the traffic stop on February 14th.
And that was the one where you came in contact with this defendant?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a chance to review your body cam on that?
Yes.
Okay. Was it a fair and accurate representation of how you remember that,
Yes.
that day? Judge, at this time, I would ask that State's Exhibit 2 be admitted into evidence.
Any objections?
I have a statement. I don't object, I just had something to say. I'm not sure.
Okay, you'll have your turn once they finish presenting case, okay?
Thank you.
Judge, at the appropriate time, I'll play that, but I'm not going to play it
Okay,
yet.
let me know when you're ready.
Now, during the course of the investigation and your lead up to court, were you able to basically map out the area of
Yes.
what happened?
Yes.
Were you able to, I guess, get a picture of that area from
Yeah.
GPS or whatever?
So I went on Google Maps and captured an aerial
Okay.
shot of the traffic, the route that I seen the van take, and provided that to Mr. Thompson as well.
Okay. So you did hand the defense a copy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you recognize what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 1?
Yes, sir. This would be the still shot aerial image that I got from Google Maps.
Okay. And it looks
It's
similar?
a representation of how the route that I seen the van take.
Okay, all right. Judge, at this time, I would ask to admit this into evidence. State's Exhibit 1.
No objection from the defense.
Judge, I've got a copy. I'll I'm gonna question the officer about, it's the same thing, just have the court have their copy.
Thank you.
All right, so here's the same copy, or it's a different copy, same thing. Explain to the jury where you initially saw this defendant driving.
Is it okay for me to stand up and be closer to the jury?
Yes, that's no problem.
No objection.
So, starting at the bottom, this would be Hog Heaven and Quick Stop. And the van came out the parking lot and immediately crossed over the lane. Went down, so took a right. And then at this median, did a U-turn and went to the right lane. Or this would be the Walmart. And then this would be the Walmart parking lot. And so any vehicle coming out here would be having to make that immediate right turn. But when the van made a U-turn, it turned into the right lane, where they were supposed to turn into the left. That's when I was over here in the Rancho parking lot and initiated my blue lights, and this would be a representation of where they stopped. Okay.
Let me ask you a couple follow-up questions from the witness stand. And well, let's see. So, from Hog Heaven to here, to where he got in the merger lane or the U-turn lane?
Yes, sir.
How far is that?
I would say about 100 yards.
Okay, all right. So, is that enough distance for him to properly get into the right lane, signal over into the left lane, and then get into the merger lane?
I would think so, yes.
Okay, all right. But he didn't do that in this case, did he?
No, sir.
He just turns to the fast lane.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Now, you say you were sitting over here in the Rancho's parking lot?
Yes.
Okay, so if that's 100 yards, about how far was that you were from him?
From the parking lot or from the U-turn?
From where you initially saw him?
150.
150 yards? Okay, all right. Now, once he got to the merger lane, did he turn into the closest left lane, which would be the fast lane, or what did he do?
No, sir. He went to the outer lane, to the right lane.
Okay.
The lane closest to the Walmart.
Okay, and that would have been where cars would have been turning into?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. And why is that a
So
issue?
it became a safety concern first because when he come out the Hog Heaven, he immediately turned into the fast lane where cars are supposed to be going faster than the inner lane. And then of course on the U-turn, vehicles coming out of the Walmart parking lot, which would be that's their lane for the immediate right lane, and he immediately cut over to the right lane.
Okay, so that's how accidents happen?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Now, from that point, so you observed the first traffic infraction pulling out of the parking lot,
Yes, sir.
and then you observed the second one.
Yes, sir.
And then I guess is that when you began to initiate a traffic stop?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he turned into the Exxon gas station?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. But I'm gonna call it point A to point B, there was plenty enough distance for him to do the correct?
Yes, sir.
The correct procedure?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, I think at this time, it'd be the best time to play the body camera. I don't know how you do it down here, if you play it off of your laptop.
I can play it off of the laptop onto the,
Okay.
might need you to click it on. Just the on button on the side should get it.
It's all the way up. Is it gonna be too loud? How
I
loud is
do
it?
not know.
Okay. I'll press the mute button.
And it may not come through the TV. It may be coming off of this one.
Okay. Do you
You might need
have,
to play it off of yours.
we'll play it off of mine, Judge, because it does
I've got
have.
an HDMI connection. Just set it
Let me
on the TV
close
if you need
all
to.
these tabs down.
You can set it on that tray there if you need to. It may be the audio from your computer.
Okay.
I'm not positive.
I'm gonna be in a Exxon gas station right outside Walmart, 27 128 457 3 Sierra November.
Hey man, how you doing? Reason I pulled you over, you did a proper lane change over there. You turn off that median. You didn't turn into the nearest lane. You went to the other lane, on the outside lane. Gotcha. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance? You got your license on you, bud? I do. Are you okay if I get the phone? No. No. I got you. Yeah. You okay if I blow it up? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, give me a couple minutes, okay? What's that?
I got you. Alright. Yeah, you good?
Oh, what are we talking about?
During this portion, what are you doing? I know it's gonna be a long portion. I don't-
Yeah, so during this time, I'm myself and investigator Kleinholz are running all the documents that Mr. Thompson provided.
Okay,
That'll be checking the proof of insurance, verifying the insurance with the insurance company, running Mr. Thompson's DL, make sure it's clear, it's not suspended, running Mr. Thompson's name, make sure he ain't got no active warrants. Also, during this time, it takes a while to write a citation, so in this case, we'll have to roll 2, so that was probably about 10 minutes worth of writing a ticket.
so all that running, all his information through dispatch, writing a ticket, that's standard stuff
Yes.
on a traffic stop?
Yes.
Okay. Did everything come back clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so after sitting in your car, what did you do? You ended up issuing him a citation?
Yeah, so once I get out the truck, I go back to Mr. Thompson and I advise him of both of the infractions, both of the traffic tickets, and notified him of the fee and date and time of the court.
Okay, all right. Judge, it'd be more appropriate for me to skip to the last bit. This is the same thing for 10 minutes. There's no reason for the jury to watch the same thing for 10 minutes.
Okay with that? Thank you.
What was the pin on the fork, too?
693 2502 0069.
Thompson, here's your document back. Your registrations. Alright, so the first ticket is gonna be for improper turn. When you came out of Hog Haven, you didn't turn into the first lane, you turned into the outer lane. Alright, so your court date is gonna be on March 5th, 2025 at 10 a.m. at the Barnwell Magistrate at 599 Georgetown Boulevard. The fee is $155. Second ticket is going to be for pretty much the same thing. When you got off that median, you didn't turn into the closest lane, you went to the outer lane. So it's going to be the same court date. It's March 5th, 2025 at 10 a.m. at the Barnwell Magistrate at 599 Georgetown Boulevard. Fee is $185 and both is 4 points. Okay? You got any questions? What's the date again? March 5th, 2025 at 10 a.m. All right. You have a good one.
Investigator Dorwell, a couple of follow-up questions from your body camera. One of the last things on body camera, but it's most relevant in my mind. The court date was March 5th originally,
Yes, sir.
and we're here today in July.
Yes, sir.
All right, so how do we get all the way to July?
I believe Mr. Thompson asked for a continuance during that date, March 5th.
Okay.
And then he decided he wanted to go to jury trial, have a jury trial for this.
Okay.
So then we scheduled a strike for the jury strike. During that time, he was offered a plead to one and dismiss the other. He decided he didn't want to do that. He wanted to have a jury trial.
Okay.
And that's why we're here.
Okay. So, and to have a jury trial, we've got to schedule folks to get here and all that. So it's not just something that we can do the day of March 5th.
Correct.
Is that right? Okay. All right. So your body cam, I believe you already said you started it once you turned your blue lights on. You decided to play it. Okay. I didn't see any other law enforcement vehicles there but I saw, I think that was Investigator Kleinholz. Was he riding with you that day?
Yes, sir. He was riding passenger with me that day.
Okay. All right.
There was also other law enforcement vehicles. You can't see them on the body cam, but there was.
Okay.
They were just, I guess, every time we call out a traffic stop, it broadcasts us to all the radios, and they just happen to show up, I guess.
Okay. And law enforcement, other agencies, like if you stop somebody in town, is it common for Barnwell PD to respond kind of as backup?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Especially the times we are in nowadays.
Okay. Okay. All right. Please answer any questions that the defense may have.
Mr. Tompkins, you can cross-examine the witness.
So you have the body cam footage, you reviewed the body cam footage, and it begins essentially right before you get out of the vehicle to walk over to my vehicle and give me tickets. And with the dash cam footage, you mentioned previously that you didn't know till after the traffic stop, of course, that it was full, but nonetheless, there still is no dash cam footage. Why not have checked previous to that day if your camera was getting full, or of the sort? Why is there no routine check?
So there's no policy on checking our dash cam routinely. We're not notified by our dash cam when they're about to be full, and also like I mentioned earlier, we can be going to any urgent calls, and by the click of a button, they turn on, but we have to manually turn them off. It could be, for example, a bomb threat at a school. So we're running code, and we spend hours and hours after school making sure there's no bombs at the school. So that could take up hours and hours of storage in our dash cam. And by the time we get back to our vehicles, we forget to check our dash cam or turn off our dash cam.
And at what point did you pull out of the Rancho's parking lot compared to where you pulled me over at? When did you get behind me, or rather my vehicle?
So I got behind the vehicle you were driving after you made that U-turn into the right-hand lane.
So that would be right in front of what used to be that loan place in front of Walmart? I assume it still is. But
I came out the New Rancho parking lot, so.
Well, I guess let me be more specific. Did you come out of the front of the parking lot or out the side into the Walmart parking lot? Because those are the only two exits out of the Rancho's parking lot.
Out the front.
Okay.
Closest to New Rancho, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. So how did you get right behind me when you were all the way down in front of the Rancho's after I had turned over, like after I came across the median, you said, how did you get that close that fast?
So like I mentioned earlier, we're observing traffic in the Barnwell city limits on Highway 64. The initial infraction was when I seen the van come out of Hog Heaven, and then the second infraction was when you made that U-turn. So I was already en route or on the way. If that makes any sense?
So you're initially trying to pull me over for the first infraction?
Correct.
Understandable. And just to ask one more time, so there was no dash cam footage though of any kind from the case, just body cam? Is the only footage found?
Yes, sir.
And it's just your footage that's the body cam?
Yes, sir. And my partner investigator, Kleinholz, did not have a body cam on him during that time.
Why did he not have a body cam?
That's something you'd have to ask him.
That'll be on the questions, Your Honor.
Yep, a couple follow-up questions. Let's just talk about in-car camera. If there can only be so much storage on your in-car camera, right?
Yes, sir.
If there wasn't, how big of a database would that take?
Substantial.
Substantial. Be a lot of living.
Yes.
It'd probably make the county broke.
It'll be very expensive.
Okay, so that's why y'all got to delete, and a lot of times,
Yes,
like
sir.
you said, you don't know that something's full until you go to look for something else.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay, all right. Now, this type of thing, typically, at least from the cases that I've seen, typically, you turn over your in-car camera, it's working, everything's fine, but in this case, unfortunately, it was full.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So you come out of, I know what you're talking about. Yep, you come out of the exit from your ranchos right onto the Fort Lanes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you witnessed both traffic infractions and ultimately pulled him over in the Exxon gas station.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, that's all the state has for this witness. We would ask that he step down and the state would call our next witness.
Okay, you sit down.
Your Honor, the state would call our second witness, Investigator Kleinholz, to the stand.
Please state your full name for the record.
Noah Kleinholz.
Please raise your right hand. You swear from the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you. Please answer any questions.
Investigator Kleinholz, where do you work?
I work for the Barnwell County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked there?
About a little bit over 3 years.
Okay, and were you working the day of February 14th of this year?
Yes, sir, I was.
What were you doing that day?
On that day, I was riding with investigator Galarza, passenger seat, and we were patrolling the Highway 64 Walmart area.
Okay. where were you at, primarily stationed at on 64?
Near the Ranchos area.
Okay, all right. From your vantage point, were you involved in any, traffic stops that day?
Yes, sir, I was.
Okay, and do you remember being involved in a traffic stop involving this defendant, Jackson Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, from your vantage point, what happened and why Investigator Galarza pulled the guy over?
There's a large van, white and blue in color, Chevrolet van that pulled out of Hog Heaven. The van, when it pulled out of Hog Heaven, went to the farthest lane to the left, which it was supposed, and doing a correct turn would be to turn to the first lane, safely clear the other lane and then merge over. Went all the way to the far left lane, went down a little bit, made a left-hand turn, U-turn, and went back, going the other way back towards town. But when it crossed into that lane, it did the same thing and went to the farthest outside lane instead of the inside, and then clearing and then moving over.
Right. So it didn't just happen one time, it happened twice?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
What's dangerous about doing that? Is that dangerous?
Yes, sir, it can cause accidents because sometimes people won't clear it properly and then a car will be there.
Okay. Now, there wasn't, let's see, when he turns right out of Hog Heaven, there isn't a median on the other side of those two lanes, right? That's just a grassy area?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so when he gets on 64 and he's headed to Snellings and then he turns into the median to turn left to head back to Exxon, what's immediately across from there? Is there a road there, I guess is what I'm asking.
We got Dunbar, I can't remember exactly the name of the road.
Judge Canal. What I'm asking is, this is State's Exhibit 1. So he comes out of the Hog Heaven,
Yes,
he
sir.
gets over here in this, and he turns left. What is that right there? That road.
I can't remember the road name off the top of my
Well,
head.
what is this area right here?
That's the Rancho.
That's Ranchos?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this over here
That's Walmart parking lot.
is that the exit from Walmart?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all
North
right.
exit.
So somebody who's leaving would try to get into the lane that he was driving?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, all right. And then ultimately, he drives down and gets into the, turns into the Exxon gas station.
Yes, sir.
During this incident, were you wearing body cam in this incident?
No, sir, I did not have my body camera.
Okay, all right. But you weren't the primary responding officer as far as the one who initiated the traffic stop, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, that was Investigator Galarza.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you were just riding, shotgun
Yes, sir, I was
Okay.
passenger seat.
to assist on any traffic stop?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and I believe from his body camera, we can see you, when you approached, did you approach on the passenger side?
Yes, sir, I approached on the passenger side and just stood by the front passenger door while Investigator Galarza was conducting business with the defendant.
Okay, now, is it typical for two deputies or two officers in general to respond to a traffic incident like that? Is that typical?
Yes, sir, it is.
Why is that?
Mainly safety. Generally with our traffic stops, we always have backup officers assisting.
Okay, so that's because typically you don't know who all is in a vehicle?
Correct.
Okay, so you don't necessarily know who all you're gonna come in contact with?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But in this case, none of that happened, right? No, nothing crazy happened, just
That's right, it was just a simple traffic stop.
simple traffic stop, improper turn.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please answer any questions that the defense might have.
Why that day, at least Galarza that day, did you not have the body cam on?
That was my mistake. I put on my vest, and when the traffic stop was conducted, I looked down and I left my body camera on the charger or either in my own vehicle. So it was my mistake. I didn't have it till I realized the blue lights turned on.
And do you usually have a vehicle of your own to drive? Or do you usually drive with somebody or ride with somebody, or do you usually drive yourself?
Depends on the day. Sometimes we're out patrolling the area where myself and another investigator will ride together. Some days we'll just drive by ourselves. It just depends on the day.
That'll be all my questions. Thank you.
Anything else from the state? Any redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. One moment. Thank you, investigator. I don't have any other questions.
Can you step down? Anything else from the state? State closes.
Yes, Your Honor. State rest.
All right, Mr. Thompson, give you an opportunity to present your case at this time, if you would like.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to testify?
I'm sorry, could you be more specific? I'm just confused.
If you need to, you want to present your case, I'm going to need to swear you in if you wish to do that.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
wish to testify. Okay? If you'll take the witness stand. And do you need any of your documents?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
Take the stand. Please state your full name for the record.
The name is Jackson Clark Thompson.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Please proceed with your...
Well, that day whenever we pulled out of the Hog Heaven parking lot and we proceeded to take right, we were in the right lane. As we got over into the left lane, we had our left blinker on, and then proceeded to have our left blinker on as we went into the turn lane. Tried to get into the U-turn lane, and then I'm sorry, I'm referring to it wrong. And then went into the left lane, and then only reason I ever went into the right lane was to turn into the gas station. And again, that was because Galarza was pulling us over, and which in the video you can even hear, the body cam footage, you can actually even hear, it's not me speaking, but the other person in the vehicle with me in the passenger seat was the one who mentioned, "Can I run inside and get gas?" That was the actual owner of the vehicle, and we weren't actually even supposed to stop. We were about to take him back to work. We were not, it was not scheduled to stop. And I would just like to say that if there are multiple problems with video evidence not being there, from one officer not having the body cam on just maybe by mistake, to the whole vehicle not even having its dash cam on, which would provide both, would and usually should provide the evidence to support the claims of traffic violations. And in this case, it's just the word of two officers against the word of the civilian who did not commit the crime. And I'd just like the jury to keep that in mind, that there isn't any, I don't find that there to be any legitimate evidence to support the crime, let alone did not commit the crime. That is all.
Okay. Please answer any questions the state may have for you.
Thank you.
So let me get this straight. Mr. Thompson, your story today is that what Investigator Galarza accused you of, you didn't do?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying you didn't do an improper turn out of Hog Heaven, and you didn't do an improper turn going back the other way to get to the Exxon gas station?
Yes, sir. I did not do either improper turn.
Okay, all right. Now, you talk about in-car camera, and that's fine. We all watch the body camera. You watch the body camera, you've seen the body camera probably multiple times. The jury will be able to watch the body camera whenever they go to deliberate. If they want to do that, they'll have it. But everybody watched it today. Investigator Gallarza, we saw his approach on the vehicle. He approaches on your side, driver's side. Investigator Kleinholz approaches on the passenger side, and he tells you the reason for the stop. But what is shocking is today is the first time that we've heard the "I didn't do it" story. Well, I am too, and I'm sure the jury is. The investigator told you the reason for the stop, and your response on the body cam was, "Gotcha." Yeah. And then you gave him your driver's license and showed him, I think, a copy of your registration and all the required documentation. So on the initial stop with Investigator Kleinholz, you had that chance to tell the story of, "Well, I didn't do that." But you didn't do it, did you? You didn't say that. You only said it today when these jurors had to come here for this trial, correct?
I don't know how to answer that, actually.
That's fine. I think that's the answer there. So,
I'm sorry. It's because I don't think that's what I said. Because I was responding to him giving me the tickets. He asked if I understood.
Right.
The only question I think I remember him asking, other than for the information, he asked if I understood, and I said, "Okay, yes, I understand," because I understood what he was telling me.
Right.
And then I, again, of course, accepted the tickets, and then
Right.
proceeded to go to here in the magistrate court to
Right.
fight said tickets, because that's,
Right.
to my knowledge, what we do.
That is what you do, but isn't it common knowledge if you are what you would say, you're not going to agree to what the cop said, you speak your side of the story. You don't wait till the day of trial and say, "Hey, now I'm innocent." You say it at the original traffic stop, but you didn't do that. You just said, "Gotcha," and you accepted the tickets. That's what you said. So, and I find that strange. Now, you talk about in-car camera. Okay, so let's talk about in-car camera. Where does it require that all law enforcement vehicles have to have an in-car camera?
Sorry, I just could not tell you the exact law.
Well, correct. So here's the thing. If you pay attention to the statutes and you knew the statute would say the cars that are going to, law enforcement officers that are going to initiate a DUI, driving under the influence, they have to be equipped with an in-car camera. And the reason being is we've all seen the sobriety test, the walk and turn, all those different tests. A jury in that case would want to see someone, not being able to walk a straight line. That's why those cars have to be equipped with that. In this case, this is just a regular traffic incident by an investigator for the county who works multiple stops. He actually doesn't have to have that in-car camera, but to have it is basically going above and beyond in this situation. Unfortunately, it was full. Well, it was full because it runs. He records everything. So whereas your traffic stop was probably along 30 seconds, in this case, that's not long at all. In other cases, they're 3 hours of nothing but them standing on the side of the road, and it all gets recorded. So unfortunately, we don't have it, but you've seen the body camera. You've seen the evidence, and you had your chance, but you didn't tell I didn't do it story until today.
I was always taught to not argue with the police in the event of a traffic stop, to fully understand the situation, and then, if needed, to fight in said situation, like in this situation is tickets towards me, the driver. I was taught to take that action to the court and fight it there.
Well, who taught you that?
My parents.
Your parents taught you that?
Yes, sir, of course.
Okay, all right. Are they lawyers?
Why is that a question?
How is someone going to tell you what the best situation to do is legally if they're not a lawyer?
Well, can I only trust lawyers?
I'm asking you. You tell me.
the answer would be no, then I cannot trust all lawyers.
Okay.
So I have to
Okay.
refer to other sources.
Okay, all right, so, one, stating your side of the story that you didn't do it, I mean, this is the court, we deal in facts. So, if you're in that situation, you say, I didn't do that, that's not arguing with law enforcement, that's telling your side of the story, but you didn't tell that then. And you didn't tell that then, you know why? Because I'm going to guess that you didn't actually realize that you committed the traffic infraction.
I did not.
That, from the video, that's what it looks like.
Well, that's not the truth, sir. I did not realize I did not commit a traffic violation, nor did I commit a traffic violation. I'm
It's
aware.
your story today that you didn't commit a traffic infraction
But there was no story before today. Correct.
because you did not tell your side of the story, correct?
I thought that's what court was for, sir. Where we discussed.
All evidence, that's what court's for, reviewing all the evidence.
Yes, sir.
Evidence isn't just today, it's everything that's led up to today that gets presented to these jurors.
I understand.
So today, you decided to tell the story of you didn't do it.
It is not new info. I have said that I was not guilty from the first hearing.
What about on that body cam? You didn't say it then, did you?
Did I say I was guilty though?
Did you say you were innocent?
I didn't,
Yes or
I
no?
didn't agree to anything. I only merely said that I understood what Officer Galarza was saying and that I could not at that time, well, I did not mention this, I did not at that time verbally announce anything else other than that I understood what the Officer Galarza was saying. And then that was and from what I understood, that was the end of the encounter, like the stop.
Right. So today, you're saying you didn't do it.
Today, I am not guilty, as well as before, I am not guilty.
Well, they're gonna determine guilt.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any follow-up? Do you have any follow-up that you would like to state? Okay, you can take, step down. Mr. Thompson, do you wish to make a closing statement?
No.
All right. State wish to make a closing statement.
Yes, Your Honor.
And let me just verify the defense rest at this time.
Yes.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jurors, it's, like I said, this is a pretty quick trial. You've heard from Investigator Galarza, you've heard from Investigator Kleinholz. They're both riding together that day, running regular traffic stops, February 14th of this year. Part of their job is just to watch traffic infractions, speeding, not using a turn signal when you're supposed to, responding to traffic, if there's a wreck or something like that. That's what they were doing that day. And you've heard some more of the juicy details about how they run the dogs and, track people, and they do all the really in-depth investigations. That's not why we're here today. We're here today for the improper turn. And you've heard from both witnesses. You've heard from this defendant, and you've seen the body camera. And from the body camera, and from our point of view, he never denies that he did it. He's just like, He actually says, gotcha, and then takes the tickets. He doesn't say, I didn't do it. He says, well, that ain't right. He doesn't decide to tell that story until he gets to court today and has y'all here. That's the first time he decides to tell that story. So, we have not only one officer, but we have two officers that witnessed a traffic infraction. He turned in the wrong lane. It's not complicated. Not only did he do it one time, he did it twice. And, I think his reaction on body cam, it kind of tells it all. How many times has someone been pulled over by speeding coming home from work? They didn't realize they were doing 15 over. And so how many times has that happened? Well, I think in this case, it's the same thing. He didn't realize that he was turning across traffic. He was probably just trying to get where he went, but you can't do it. And he didn't just do it one time, he did it twice, and he did it while, or where people are coming out of the Walmart store where there's likely to be an accident. And what do we want to cut down on? Accidents. Nobody wants to be involved in an accident, and sometimes they can be bad accidents. So, from the state's point of view, and y'all will have a copy of the statute whenever y'all go to deliberate, and you'll read it, but you've already been told, and the judge already told you the law, but you just turn in the closest lane. You don't turn in the furthest lane. You can't turn over multiple lanes. That's all it is. That's all this case is about. Investigator Kleinholtz and Investigator Galarza both witnessed that, and we ask that the jury only come back with the correct verdict of guilty. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have listened to the proceedings and the evidence in this case, and it is now my duty to instruct you as to the law which applies to the facts in this case. The laws of the state of South Carolina do not permit me to comment on the facts in this case. You, as jurors, are the sole judges of the facts in this case. However, it is my duty to give the law, and you must accept and apply the law as I give it to you, and be guided thereby in your consideration and in your deliberation upon the evidence in this case. Not only are you the sole judges of the facts in this case, but you, as a jury, are the sole and exclusive judges of the effect and value of the evidence in the case, as well as the credibility of all the witnesses and what they are recalling and truthfully relating what transpired at the time of the alleged commission of the crime as described in the tickets. To weigh the evidence, you must consider the credibility of the witnesses. You will apply the test of truthfulness, which you are accustomed to applying in your daily lives. You may consider the manner of testifying, the appearance of the witness upon the witness stand, the memory, the intelligence, interest, and bias of any, together with all the facts and circumstances surrounding the testimony. You are the sole judges of the facts, the credibility of the witnesses, and the weight of the evidence. You may believe or disbelieve all or any part of the testimony of any witness. It is your province to determine what testimony is worthy of belief and what testimony is not worthy of belief, according to the weight you assign to the testimony of each witness. The defendant is charged by the state of South Carolina under tickets which I read to you at the beginning of the trial with having violated Section 56-5-2120 of the Code of Laws of South Carolina. This is the offense of improper turn, and again, there are 2 charges for that. The law reads, required position and method of turning. The driver of a vehicle intending to turn shall do so as follows. Right turns, both the approach for a right turn and a right turn shall be made as close as practicable to the right-hand curb or edge of the roadway. Left turns, the driver of a vehicle intending to turn left shall approach the turn in the extreme left-hand lane lawfully available to traffic moving in the direction of travel of such vehicle. Whenever practicable, the left turn shall be made to the left of the center of the intersection so as to leave the intersection or other location in the extreme left-hand lane lawfully available to traffic moving in the same direction as the vehicle on the roadway being entered. The Department of Transportation and local authorities in their respective jurisdictions may cause official traffic control devices to be placed and thereby require and direct that a different course from that specified in this section be traveled by turning vehicles, and when such devices are so placed, no driver shall turn a vehicle other than is directed and required by such devices. Two-way left turn lanes where a special lane for making left turns by drivers proceeding in the opposite direction has been indicated by official traffic control devices, a left turn shall not be made from any other lane. A vehicle shall not be driven in the lane except when preparing for or making a left turn from or into the roadway, or when preparing for or making a U-turn when otherwise permitted by law. The law does not require any defendant to prove his or her innocence in a crime. On the contrary, the law requires that the state establish a defendant's guilt by legal evidence and beyond a reasonable doubt. The law presumes the defendant to be innocent of the charge made against him in the arrest until the guilt has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. The burden of overcoming this presumption of innocence is placed upon the state and rests upon the state throughout the trial until the state has satisfied you by evidence of the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, you've heard me mention reasonable doubt. What is reasonable doubt? The law says that a reasonable doubt is a kind of doubt that would make a reasonable person hesitate to act. The defendant in this case has been charged with improper turn ×2. Again, the statute reads, required position and method of turning. The driver of a vehicle intending to turn shall do so as follows. Right turns. Both the approach for a right turn and a right turn shall be made as close as practicable to the right-hand curb or edge of the roadway. Left turns. The driver of a vehicle intending to turn left shall approach the turn in the extreme left-hand lane lawfully available to traffic moving in the direction of travel of such vehicle. Whenever practicable, the left turn shall be made to the left of the center of the intersection so as to leave the intersection or other location in the extreme left-hand lane lawfully available to traffic moving in the same direction as the vehicle on the roadway being entered. The Department of Transportation and local authorities in their respective jurisdictions may cause official traffic control devices to be placed and thereby require and direct that a different course from that specified in this section be traveled by turning vehicles. And when such devices are so placed, no driver shall turn a vehicle other than as directed and established by such devices. Two-way left turn lanes, where a special lane for making left turns by drivers proceeding into the opposite direction has been indicated by official traffic control devices, a left turn shall not be made from any other lane, and a vehicle shall not be driven in the lane except when preparing for or making a left turn from or onto the roadway, or when preparing for or making a U-turn when otherwise permitted by law. We have now arrived at the point in the trial for each of you to consider and weigh all the evidence to determine the question of guilt or innocence of the defendant. I charge you that you must try the case according to the evidence that you have heard come from the lips of these witnesses under oath, and apply the law as I will give it to you. When you have reached a verdict under oath to find a true verdict, then no one will have any right to criticize you as to what your verdict might be. This must be a unanimous verdict. All 6 of you must agree. I will now ask that you retire to the jury room, and I will bring in the evidence that is available to you to consider.
George, you just want to send this back?
Let me see if they want to listen to it.
Okay.
And
Okay, if they do, then we'll figure out a way to.
yeah, I may have, I don't know if this one does. No, this one doesn't. Well, you do a USB, it may play it on there or not. Give me one moment. They did not wish for video at this time.
Okay.
If y'all want to step out and take a break for a moment, just remain around in the hallway and I will notify you when the jury's ready.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
What happened? When I was at, when you were about to do, you kept looking at me. You about to say something.
How they don't let it.
Yeah. Did y'all notice the drill on the end?
Yeah, she's. Yeah, I think you got it.
And one or two ways, either she don't like nobody, or she don't like it, because
Well, you said something about, like, he didn't argue, have to stop, and she was like. She kind of did that with all of them.
if the parents were lawyers and stuff, we got I believe what I'm saying.
They got, the judge, when he was in that standing contest, she told her, she was like, I was like. Yeah, they probably go like, oh, Tyran, and give me happy.
That's hard. That's hard. So you can get champagne. Yeah. I mean, they go, they're like.
Nobody knows about that statute.
That's what I was thinking. That's four points. And that's why I couldn't go into the we all do kind of thing. Because that's the whole thing of like what the defense attorney goes into is like the DUI, how many people actually prove after they're trying to call you. Right? But whether you've been called, that's the thing. It's just like this, but you can't say that because then it's like, well, maybe we should. So I tried to offset that by saying, why is this not a good idea? Because it calls you. How many times you sit there at a trash stop light? Good thing I slammed the brakes on, because this guy didn't try to brake on.
This is it.
They are ready. If you'll open that door back. You may be seated. If you'll receive paperwork for me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury has reached their verdict for ticket numbers 5102P0850772. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action of the state versus Jackson Thompson, return as our unanimous verdict that the defendant is guilty. Ticket 5102P0850773. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action, State versus Jackson Thompson, return our unanimous verdict that the defendant is guilty. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to thank you for your time and your patience this morning. Our legal system would not work the way it is supposed to without you. I know sometimes this is an inconvenience for you to come in. I know the state thanks you. I know Mr. Thompson thanks you for spending your time with us and helping to hear this evidence and come to a verdict for us. Thank you so much for your time. The county will provide you with a check, so be on the lookout for that coming in the mail from them. A little compensation for your time here. I know it's not enough. I wish we could do more, but it's what we're allowed to do. Again, thank you so much for your time. You can exit out through this door and back around. All right, Mr. Thompson, having been found guilty by the jury, we have the two tickets, $155 fine on each of those tickets. Are you able to pay those at this time, or do you need?
No, ma'am. I work at Huddle House, and I'm sure everybody's heard about the fire that happened recently. Just yesterday, we've started opening up again, and this first week's gonna be a little bit of an issue. So if I could have 1 month, I wouldn't have an issue.
Okay, what I can do, I will do these as a NRVC. It's a non-resident violators compact. So it gives you till the end of this month to get it paid. If you don't get it paid by then, we'll send you a letter from the court that states you've still got this payment, you need to get it made. If you have not made that payment by the end of the following month, then the state of South Carolina will send you a letter that informs you that if you do not get that citation paid, that they will suspend your driver's license. Okay?
And I just pay it up here as well.
You can come here to the office and pay it, or you can pay it online, and I can give you a card that has the information on how to do that if you would like.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? This is the card that gives you the information on how to pay it. Do you have copies of the tickets?
Yes, ma'am.
You would use the ticket number in the bottom right-hand corner, as well as your last name, if you go online to pay it. All right? Anything further today?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. I'm free to go, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You have your tickets.